सरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Let us now settle down in meditation, surrendering all the thoughts, all the imbalances of our subtle system at Shri Mataji's lotus feet. Let us take a couple of minutes to settle down. Let us keep our right hand on the left heart and invite Shri Mataji and her divine lotus feet into our hearts. Shri Mataji, please come into our hearts. Please put your divine lotus feet in our hearts. Let your feet be worshipped in our hearts. Please fill our hearts with your light of love and compassion. Please enlighten the spirit within Shri Mataji. And please open our hearts completely. Shri Mataji, you incarnated as Shri Kushmanda today on this fourth day of Navratri. Please bless us with the permission to pray to your divine lotus feet and to do puja at your divine lotus feet in the form of Shri Kushmanda. Let us now take Shri Kushmanda Sakshat Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kushmanda Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let us take the Kushmanda mantra 2 more times, offering flowers at Shri Mataji's divine lotus feet in our hearts. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kushmanda Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kushmanda Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Keeping both the palms back on our lap. Today, on this fourth day of Navratri, we are to listen to the Shri Devi Kavach and pray to Divine Lotus Feet of Shri Mataji in her form of Shri Kushmanda. I will now play Shri Devi Kavach. Let us be in meditation while we listen to Shri Devi Kavach.
अथ देव्या कवचम् अस्य श्रीचण्डी कवचस्य ब्रह्मा ऋषिः अनुष्टुप्छन्दः चामुण्डदेवता अङ्गन्यासोक्तमातरो बीजम् दिग्बन्धदेवतास्तत्त्वम् श्रीजगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थम् सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः। नमश्चण्डिकायै मार्कण्डेय उवाच ॐ यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामहः। ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकम् देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यम् इदं तु देव्या कवचं देवानामपि दुर्लभं यः पठे प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्न्यासत्रयान्विता दैवीकलाभवैस्तस्य त्रैलोक्येषु पराजिता जीवेद्वर्षशतं साग्रं मपमृत्युविवर्जिता नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लुप्ता विस्फोटकादयः सागरं जङ्गमं चैव कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् अभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराखेश्चराश्चैव जलजाशोपदेशिका सहजा कुलजा माला डाकिनी शाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचराघोरा डाकिन्यश्च महावना ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्वराक्षसः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेताल कुष्माण्डा भैरवादय नश्यन्ति दर्शनातस्य कवचेरिति संस्थिते मानोन्नतिर्भवेद्राज्ञ तेजो वृद्धिकरं परं यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तुं कवचं पुरा यावन्मण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननं तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्या सन्तति पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभं प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादता लभते परमं रूपं शिवेन सह मोदते इति देव्या कवचं सम्पूर्णम् साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः
Now let us listen to the Devi Mahatyam, fourth night. The slaying of Chanda and Munda. Let us listen to this talk. It is just a description of Devi Mahatyam, not Shri Mataji's talk.
Devi Mahatmyam, The Glory of the Goddess, by Sage Markandeya. Translated by Lyndall Verco. Read by Tim Bruce. Chapter 7. The Rishi said, Then, as commanded, the Asuras Chanda and Munda marched forth with their army, all 4 battalions with weapons raised and ready. Soon, at the peak of the Golden Mountain, they saw the Devi, serenely composed, mounted on her lion. She smiled as she saw them approaching. At the sight of her, some rushed to capture her, while others flourished their swords or bent their bows. At this, Ambika grew furious, and in her anger her face became dark as ink. From the fierce frown of her forehead, suddenly the goddess Kali emerged, holding a sword and a noose. She was truly terrifying. She had a strange staff with a skull on top. Her garland was made of skulls, her clothing of tiger skins, and she was appallingly emaciated, with a huge mouth and great tongue lolling out. Her eyes were deep sunk and reddened. She filled the sky with her roars. Falling impetuously on the Asura army, she devoured those hosts of foes. With one hand she snatched up elephants, drivers, rear men and warriors, bells and all, and flung them into her mouth. In the same way, she threw soldiers, horses, chariots and drivers into her mouth and ground them horribly with her teeth. One she seized by the hair, another by the neck. One was killed by the weight of her foot, and another crushed against her body. They hurled weapons at her. She caught these in her mouth and furiously crunched them with her teeth. In this way, she destroyed that whole host of evil-natured Asuras. They were beaten and crushed. Many were killed by her sword. Some she beat with her katvanga, her skull-topped staff. Others met their death ground by the edge of her teeth. Seeing the whole demon army destroyed in a trice by that appalling, terrible Kali, Chanda rushed at her, while Munda gave cover with showers of arrows and discuses all over that goddess with the terrible eyes. Then those discuses entered her mouth, like so many suns consumed by cloud. At this, the goddess Kali roared frightfully. In her dreadful mouth, so difficult to look at, ferocious teeth gleamed. She laughed in terrible rage. Then, mounting her great lion, she rushed at Chanda, seized him by his hair as she uttered the frightful hum, and severed his head with her sword. Seeing Chanda brought down, Munda also rushed at her. She felled him with her scimitar in fury. Then the remainder of the army fled in panic, scattering in all directions at the sight of mighty Chanda and Munda destroyed. Carrying the heads of the slain Chanda and Munda, Kali approached Chandika and laughed as she said with passion, "Here I bring you 2 great beasts in the battle sacrifice. You yourself shall now kill Shumba and Nishumba." The Rishi said, Then lovely Chandika looked at the 2 mighty demons' heads and joked, "Since you have now brought Chanda and Munda, you will become famous in all the world as Chamunda."
Let us now be in meditation for a couple of minutes, absorbing the greatness of the 4th night of Navratri, Let us now listen to Shri Mataji's talk.
Today we are going to do puja for Navratri. Yesterday you saw a beautiful description of Navratri and how the Mother Goddess has created all kinds of powers within you. It's not that only she has the powers, but you all have the powers. And you can all work it out. You can all find out whether these powers are there or not. With us, the realization is very important. But there, the Kundalini has given you this realization. Of course, Kundalini is a part, or we can say reflection of Adi Shakti. And also, the Jagadamba is also part of Adi Shakti. She's placed in the center of two hearts, which is a very important point. Now all these powers are placed in that chakra. When Sahajogis become good Sahajogis, like Ganas, they realize how much the Ganas had to have patience, had to have love and intelligence to fight the negativity. So all the forces of the Jagadamba act towards hitting the negativity of all kinds. That is her first and foremost nature, is to destroy all the negativity that is in this world and is against Sahaj, against you. Her destruction takes place in so many ways. So first thing, if you are really worshipping the goddess, then you should have no worry at all of any kind, and you should have no fear at all. Go ahead, fearlessly. Whatever you are doing, do it fearlessly. But at the same time, I have to tell you the other side, that one should not go about like a zombie. It doesn't mean that. Saying all kinds of nonsensical things of the right side. But if you have to do something, do it with clear-cut ideas and also without any fear. So all her powers will start manifesting. A man who is fearless has nothing to worry about his sleep, his well-being, nothing. He is fearless. Again, I say fearless doesn't mean that you go on hitting everybody, saying all kinds of things. No. It means that you are fearless. Anybody who attacks you, you can always protect yourself. So first and foremost thing, as I said, is to be fearless, to make the goddess express herself. Supposing now, take it like this. Now all Ganas are following you. Now if the leader of an army is a frightened personality, what will others do? Thus you become dependent upon yourself. This faith also must be developed. This maturity is there because your mother has blessed you. All her powers she has given. Every. But one power of patience is difficult. You have to be patient like your mother. You might think it's very difficult, but try to. Must have patience, first of all, with yourself. I know many people who think they are spiritually nothing and they have not achieved anything. This is absolutely a sort of a escapism. That you want to escape your personality. Just see, if you introspect, you'll find out that you have developed into a real spiritual giant now. Nobody can touch you. You can do everything. You can look after yourself. You can support others. You must know how to love others. That's very important. But again, when it comes to love, they will love their child, love their wife. I mean, it's very common in Sahaja. They are too attached to their children. Before this, they were known to be absolutely selfish, had no attachment for children or wife or anything. But now it is like a glue. Children are glued to them, wife is glued to them, and the family, very important. This is another temptation from which you have to get out. I am not saying that you have to give up your family or child, but again I say the detachment. The detachment is your power. Watch everything with detachment. Now don't think that, oh, I came only a few days back in Sahaja. No. Don't think somebody is higher than me, I am no good. No. You just introspect yourself and see for yourself how many powers you have already got. And the more you will know, the more you will become humble. Then another power of Mother is that she gives you a state in which you are a sakshi, you are a witness, watching everything. You have tremendous patience. Tremendous patience. Whatever is happening, all right. This will be all right, that will be all right, this and that. So you get rid of horrible thing called anger. And this gives you such a peaceful witness state that you start becoming younger and younger. I will tell you some such yogis whom I gave realization, say, last year. This year I met them, I could not recognize. They have suddenly become 10 years younger. It's very surprising. And I was myself had to confess that I really can't recognize. Are you the same people? Or are you the son of that fellow? So then, what happens to you is that you become a peaceful personality. Why? Because your mother is there always. This faith, she's always there, she's always with us, always protecting us. But now we are grown up, so she has given us all the powers. All the properties she has given us. So what? What is there to afraid of? But this faith has to be not just a blind faith, but an enlightened faith. The difference is, in blind faith, you have faith but no powers. In enlightened faith, you have faith and all the powers. When that happens to you, you start growing very much fast, first in your dharma. And you are not afraid of your virtues. You tell people, talk about sadhana everywhere, and it works, it clicks. Once you don't have any fear, the whole picture will be clear to you, because you become a visionary. With the experience, try to put the experience in your heart and have faith in that experience. What were you? What have you become now? How many experiences of Sahaja you had? Of the mother's attention on you. Now, if you have that enlightened faith in you, you become powerful. You are powerless because your faith is like this. But if you become really a evolved, matured, realized soul, then all your powers will work. There's a fisherman in India who is, he's a graduate, though he's a fisherman. So one day he was going on a boat to another island to do Sahaja. And when he came out of his hut, he found huge big clouds, black ones, hovering, and the Vishnu Maya playing. Just he stood on the shore and told Vishnu Maya, please tell these clouds to behave themselves. I am going for the work of mother, and dare not trouble me on the way. Just the people who were with him told me that this Harishchandra was talking like that. They got into the boat, they did the program, came home. When he went into his boat, rain started. So you control all 5 elements by your enlightened faith, for which you don't even have to say anything. The powers are so great that they act. So now,
Let us now take the third Mahamantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji. Thank you, Shri Mataji. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for allowing us and for blessing us to pray to your divine lotus feet in the form of Shri Kushmanda in our hearts. Thank you for incarnating as Shri Kushmanda on this planet. Thank you for bestowing us with all of your powers and for protecting us. Please be in our heart, Shri Mataji, and please guide us. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you everyone for joining in today. Happy Navratri everyone. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you all. Bye. Whenever you are done with meditation, please raise your Kundalini, take Bandhan and do a Namaskar. Jai Shri Mataji.